I had a case that was an intelligent young woman. She was a student of philosophy, very good mind, where one could expect easily that she would see that I am not parental authority. But she was actually unable to get out of this delusion. And in such a case, one always has recourse to the dreams. It's just as if one would ask the unconscious, now what do you say to such a condition? You see, she says, feeling unconscious, of course I know you are not my father, but I just feel like that. It is like that. I depend upon you. And I say, now you see what the unconscious says. Now the unconscious produce dreams in which I really assumed a very curious role. She was the little infant. She was sitting on my knees. I held her in my arms. I was a very tender father to the little girl, you know. And the last dream of that series was that it was out in nature. I stood in a field of wheat, field of wheat that was ripe for harvest. I was a child, and I held her in my arm like a baby. And the wind was blowing over that field of wheat. Now, when the wind is blowing over wheat field, these waves, the wind fear. And with these waves, I swayed like that, and putting her as if it were to sleep, And she felt as being in the arms of the Godhead. And I told her, you see, what you want and what you project into me, because you are not conscious of it, is you have the idea of a deity you don't possess. Therefore, you see it in me. That click. She suddenly became aware of an image that comes fresh from the archetype. She had not the idea of a Christian God or of an Old Testament Yahweh. It was a God of nature, of vegetation. He was the wheat himself. He is the spirit of the wheat, the spirit of the wind. And she was in the arms of that Newman. That is the living experience of an archetype. Now, that made a tremendous impression upon that girl. And instantly, it clicked. She saw what she really was missing, that missing value that was in the form of a projection in myself and made myself indispensable to her.
Yes.